Hello and welcome to the Engerati studio. We're at European Utility Week 2016, day 3. I'm Carol Stimmel, and with me today I have Stephane Dufour, who is the co-founder and CTO of Swisscom Energy Solutions. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I have actually gotten to speak with a few of your peers, and I was also at the awards the other night, and you won the retail award, as I recall, for your product called Tiko.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. Your teammates were very excited about that, and I'm hoping you can explain to us a little bit about what Tiko is and what you're hoping to achieve for your customers with that.
Okay, so Tiko, at the beginning, it's a very innovative technology that enables to shift load at residential customer down to real time. So that's the core of the thing. And with this technology, we can achieve lots of things that we currently operate for 3 years on the Swiss market and expanding. We can provide disruptive value propositions and innovative value propositions to end consumers. So starting from optimizing their self-consumption, but to innovative business model, as what we do in Germany. For instance, in Germany, we have an offer with our partner, which is Sonnenflat. You have a flat fee for your energy at home for €0 per year.
Oh, okay.
So we can make things very, very innovative thanks to the integration of these technologies with batteries. The second thing that we do, we can do services for grid, because we shift load, so we can provide ancillary services down to a fast frequency response, so which is unique with residential customers.
So that's why you won the award, because I'm understanding now, because you did have some stiff competition, but you're actually solving a problem for your customers, but also solving a problem that frankly we've been trying to solve for a long time, which is having that demand response be a reliable source. And if it's not reliable, you can't really do anything with it. It's just sort of like a nice thing you might offer your customers, but you actually have a utility value proposition. So would you agree with that, that's one of the unique things about Tiko?
Indeed, I think we are kind of for the moment, the only people who have an industrial grade solution to connect residential customer and provide great services. And so we believe, it's the grounding factor of the company, we believe that consumers are active elements of the network and are not a disruption or a problem in the integration of renewable, but rather part of the solution. And so if I were to do an analogy, our technology networks them, make them aware of each other as the internet is making computers aware of each other. And so that's exactly, I'm coming from a telecom background.
No, me too. It sounds very fascinating. I mean, it's you know, we're basically talking about network theory, nodes, and but when we are also human beings, right? And we're trying to make the world more sustainable and then drive towards a zero carbon future. But one of the things is this kind of coping, this transition where we're all of a sudden a utility, it looks at a customer and says, oh my gosh, you're my competitor. And you're not seeing that. You're setting up a different kind of perspective, a different kind of mindset that I think is very important. And I'm wondering if we can dig into that a little bit. First, by you describing to me, as a customer, what does the Tiko solution look like to me? What am I dealing with? What am I enjoying?
So, what our customers, our users have, because the customers is rather the grid services who pay for the ancillary services. But what consumers have is they have a set of very simple value propositions. So we focus rather on the easiness. So the first thing, they can take part of this energy turnaround very easily, because today if you want to do that, if you are concerned by environment, what can you do at home? You can better isolate your home, you can change your heating system, but all these things are very expensive. If you connect to our network, you know, and if we are enough to do that, then we can remove, for instance, a gas power plant to balance the network. So that's their contribution. It's easy, it's not super expensive. The second thing is transparency. So you can see the behavior of your home and you can optimize it. So you can see how much you consume, make energy savings. You can optimize if you have a PV, if you have a battery, your self-consumption dynamically, while not impairing the stability of the network. The third thing is alarming. So we know very early if you have a faulty system. So if you have a problem of producing hot water or a problem with your heating system, and we're going to send you a notification so that you can react and ensure that your kids can have a warm bath in the evening.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, those are all components of energy, but you've actually presented something that's not really, you know, electricity centric. You're not focusing on to pushing an electron down the wire, right? So in designing this product, did you consult with your consumers? How did you learn about what was going to help you get this adopted among the consumers?
So as we, so here we are very Darwinistic. So
all right.
at the end of the day, so we are a technology company. So we develop everything from the hardware to the software and the user interface. And so basically when we have an idea of customer feedback, we put it on the market, we see if customers like it. If they like it, we keep it. If they don't like it, we remove it. And so that's how we decide. We don't make things.
I think we call that agile now.
It's if I want to be trendy, it's agile.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a very customer focused.
You have to keep up with your buzzwords.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Sorry. So basically we are very customer centric. We listen to the customers and we try to bring the things that they ask for. And that's how the portfolio expands, that's how the functionality expands. Always keeping in mind that we network all these guys together in real time and we enforce, we ease the integration of renewables into the network, the integration of these smart homes into the network positively and not seen as a threat.
And how's it working? Is it working pretty well? Do you have results yet on?
So we have more than results. We have 3 years of fully operational experience in Switzerland.
So see, that's better than Agile.
Yeah, so right? That's okay. So we have roughly today 60 megawatt under management, and we produce daily ancillary services to the grids and 24/7 services to the end users for 3 years now. So it's a very robust industrial grade system, which we try now to we will consider to expand. Because now I'm confident enough that it's reliable, it's certified by authorities, so it's the time that we spread a bit.
And is it actually being used with regularity for shifting loads or smoothing or relieving stress, preventing spot market buys?
So just to give you an example, this week in Switzerland we provide fast frequency control to Swissgrid. The week before we were on the secondary control for Swissgrid. Right. We do that 24/7.
Okay. So that's really interesting it's really interesting. So it's a little bit of I got my start actually in the energy business working on solutions like this, and this is really where we wanted to go, and it's trust me, I know how complicated this problem is. Now that you've solved this, are you planning on working with any other markets outside of your jurisdiction or your area?
Yeah, so actually it's for us, we have reached a certain level of maturity after 3 years of operation, so now it's time for us to go abroad, outside Switzerland.
Oh, so which is big enough? Outside Switzerland.
Right. So which is a bit big.
Abroad means something different to me.
No, sorry, so outside of Switzerland. So the goal is, our roadmap is that we get certified in Germany and France next year, mid next year. And then we had lots of contacts of people interested across the globe, and so I think we're going to try to pursue that. It's the moment to spread that technology. This technology is reliable, it's industrial grade, it's solving a problem, so we are very hopeful, and we will now dedicate our effort to spread it and to partner across the globe to do it.
All right, well that leads me to the next question then. Obviously there's there's special relevancies in certain markets, even just in the United States. You might be in one geographic region and they need heat. It's same with Europe, and then another one you need air conditioning. So how, as you do this, is this going to be easily adaptable, or are you evolving towards that? How are you going to manage those different footprints, really?
So, the first step is to find the partner who really wants to scale it. I think that's the thing which is important, because as a very small company, we don't have the financial muscle to just do the rest of the world. So the second thing is to really understand the structure of the network so that we can adapt the ancillary services. It's simply an understanding of the regulations, of the structure of the network, but then adapting our technology is reasonably easy. So it's a matter of a few months and then it's done, or a few weeks and then it's done. And then the last thing is adapting the hardware to do that, because obviously if you go to the US, it's 110, it's
Japan, it's both.
Yeah, right. Some small certification issues that are a bit different.
Yep.
So we simply need to embrace that thing. But we have, we see that now expanding in Europe, we also have different regulations, and we can be, in less than 6 months, we can be operational in the country. So.
Well, that's remarkable. And now that you have, actual quantifiable, successes behind you, I think there must be quite a level of enthusiasm. So winning that award must have meant something to your team with 3 years of hard work.
It's a huge recognition. We were super proud, and I think adding the award to the 3 years of operations, it makes our life of expanding a bit easier, because convincing people, it's a bit more easy that when you have all these two things rather than just slides and concepts.
Yeah, which is, but that's what's been really actually very exciting to me about this show this year. So I have been in the business now quite a long time, well over 10 years. And it was always just, feeling overwhelmed at the changes and not really understanding how fast we were going to be in a distributed grid. Now, one of the most useful explanations I heard to describe the world, the operating environment we're in now, is that we need to think of the customer, include the customer as one grid. So now, instead of a hierarchical or a radial approach to pushing an electron down, our customers are now actually part of the generation. And I think that's what I'm hearing you say. We need to look at it like that.
Yeah,
so
indeed, yeah.
Almost the customers are now actually our business partner.
They are business partners. They are, again, to pursue the analogy with the IT world, the energy market is now starting to experience the emergence of the PC. We go from mainframe to PC. That's basically, that was one of the 2 triggers for my co-founders and I to start this journey. Is PC revolution is happening in the utility business. It's time that we do something for our kids in terms of energy and climate change. So we are technology guys. Let's do it, and let's not try to build super conceptual things. We simply do it. And try
it. That's what I'm hearing. So I anticipate we're actually going to start seeing leapfrogging in some markets, right? I know you're dealing with well-developed markets now, but being able to get these technology systems standardized, up and running, real proof of what they're doing. I mean, that's now the new foundation as far as I'm concerned. You should be really proud of what you've accomplished. I've enjoyed learning about Tiko, Stephane, and thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you for the time.
Yeah.